Hey y'all, we are back inside today because it's still winter outside and we are still planning our spring garden. Yesterday, we figured out what kind of garden we want to have and we figured out what our expectations are for that garden. The kind of garden I want is primarily fruits and vegetables. And my expectations for that garden is to be able to eat fresh and preserve for future eating. If you ask 100 people, how many square feet do you need to grow food to feed a person? You're going to get 100 different answers. Kind of like asking somebody for their gumbo recipe. I mean, everybody's is going to be different. Some people are going to say 1,000 square feet per person for a year round eating, while other people are going to say 5 to 600 square feet. But it seems to be the majority of people seem to say 100 square feet per person for fresh eating and 200 square feet per person for year round eating. So basically, it's a 10 by 10 area for one person to eat fresh seasonal. And it's a 10 by 20-foot area for one person to eat year round. Or we could break this down even further. It would be approximately six, and six comes out just a tiny bit short, but it'd be approximately six 4 foot by 8 foot raised beds. And that would be enough to feed one person year round. Now, those numbers, that 100 and 200 square feet numbers, that is just ground. That's just ground. That's not anything that you would grow vertically. Although I'm pretty sure that some vertical plants as well as ground bush type plants were calculated into this math. And yes, there are other gardening methods like square foot gardening that require less square footage. But since I'm not familiar with that because I haven't needed to concentrate on small areas because I had a half-acre garden, I'm not well versed in that. So we're going to be talking about traditional gardens. Okay, we're going to pause right here for just a second because I want to give everyone a piece of advice. If you are building your garden from scratch, whether you're a new gardener or an experienced gardener, don't overwhelm yourself. Don't think that you have to get everything done this year. Okay? There's always next year. So find a space in your yard and start at the back of that space to build out your garden. First thing that you can do is try to do everything this year and get burned out. And that's the absolute worst thing because putting in this garden is an investment. It's an investment. It's an investment for your future. It's going to cost money. Whether you like to think so or not, it's going to cost money. So you don't want to get burned out this season and say, you know what? I'm not doing it next year. So just take it slow, put in a few beds, and start there. And that's my advice for everybody, including myself, who are putting in new gardens. Now, taking my own advice, I am not going to be building a garden for two people to eat year round. I'm basically going to be building a garden for two people to eat seasonal. And I'm doing that because I'm old, I don't want to get hurt, and I don't want to get burned out. I want to be able to go out and enjoy my garden, to walk through it first thing in the morning when dew is still on the leaves. That's what I want. I want to be able to enjoy this space. And I know that if I rush and build everything this year, that I'm not going to have fun. It's not going to be fun. So this year, we're only going to be putting in 200 square feet of gardening. And even though my garden is going to be the smallest I've ever planted, we're going to go for maximum production in this tiny space by choosing plants that grow vertically. And by doing that, I should be able to plant my herbs and flowers in the same fruit and vegetable beds. We'll pick up this discussion tomorrow. But if you're liking this series, go ahead and give me a like. And if you're not already, which I don't know why you're not, go ahead and give me a follow.